Good evening. This is QTV Nightly News coming to you from our studios on Kairaba Avenue, and I am Ashma Uba. Thanks for joining us. Here are the main news headlines. Ahead of the President's Meet the People tour scheduled to begin on Monday, November 18th, Ami Bojang Sisoho, the Director of Press and Public Relations at the Office of the President, provided an update on the tour details. Following a press release from the Gambia Immigration Department regarding assault in passport applications, the department's public relations officer addressed the measures being implemented to ensure effective service delivery to the public. On Wednesday, at the Ministry of Information hosted monthly press conference, the Managing Director of the Gambia Ports Authority discussed key developments and issues concerning the ports. The Gambia Revenue Authority is organizing its third tax seminar for 40 members of the Gambia Women's Chamber of Commerce. And in sports news, the Scorpions of the Gambia are preparing for two important qualification matches in the Total Energies CAF African Cup of Nations Morocco 2025. Those and other stories coming up. Do stay tuned. Ahead of the President's Meet the People tour set to begin on Monday, 18th November, Ami Bojang Sisoho, the Director of Press and Public Relations at the Office of the President, says the first meeting of the tour will be held in the North Bank region. She also reveals that this year's theme is peace and development. For more details, here is Ansumana Isonyasi.
The President's Meet the People's tour is a constitutional mandate that requires him to engage with Gambians on his administration's policies and development programs. Beyond this, the tour provides an opportunity for dialogue on the people's development needs, allowing the head of state to gain a deeper understanding of their aspirations. Ami Bojang Sisoho, Director of Press and Public Relations, explains the significance of the tour and offers insight into this year's schedule.
The tour is very important because, one, it's a constitutional requirement he will fulfill. Two, it is an opportunity for the citizens to share with him their views on issues that are impacting on their lives. And three, it is also an opportunity for the President to share his government's policies and programs regarding the issues that are impacting their lives.
As is customary, the President's annual tour is guided by a theme that shapes his interactions with the public. Ahead of the tour start, the Director of Press and Public Relations has revealed that this year's theme is peace and development. She emphasizes the importance of public participation, encouraging citizens to share their development needs and concerns with the President during the tour, fostering a deeper connection between the government and the people.
And he will depart from Banjul to the North Bank region. That's where it will start, the first leg. From North Bank, you will have programs. As you will know, we have 20 scheduled joint meetings. And then there will be 26 site visits. These joint meetings will be like 3 or 2 districts coming together, and they will have a single meeting.
While the development needs of the communities the President will visit are expected to dominate the discussions, the Director of Press and Public Relations urges speakers at the meetings to prioritize sharing their concerns with the head of state. This will allow for a more direct and focused dialogue on the issues that matter most to the people.
Yeah, we appeal to everybody that this is a responsibility for all of us to take our duty and contribute towards its success. But also we appeal to speakers, when they come, the times allocated should be respected so that we can move smoothly. And also there are protocol issues. Sometimes there are challenges of sitting arrangements where there are reserved seats. Somebody will just come and sit there without any permission to do so. But then we appeal, and also the security for people to work together.
The President is also expected to visit and inaugurate a range of development projects, including those in agriculture, education and healthcare. In line with the tour's theme of peace and development, he will use these opportunities to emphasize the importance of national unity, calling for strengthened social cohesion to ensure the peace and security of the country. Answane Sonyasi for KTV News.
Following a press release from the Gambia Immigration Department GID regarding a surge in passport applications, the department's public relations officer addressed the measures being implemented to ensure efficient and effective service delivery to the public. Mamna Buka reports.
Officials from the Gambia Immigration Department attributed the significant increase in passport applications to the easing of travel restrictions and a rising interest among citizens to explore international opportunities, including for study and employment. In response to this surge, the GID has introduced several strategies to improve service efficiency and reduce wait times for applicants. Pa Usman Mane is the operations commander of the Gambia Immigration Department.
We close by 4, but nowadays we are closing by 8 o'clock. Depending on the files that we call inside here, we are closing around 8 o'clock. And Saturday is not a working day, but we are all coming back on Saturday, especially the enrollment staff, to make sure that the applicants that were interviewed, to make sure that they are all enrolled before the end of the week. Because as soon as we move into the following week, we have more coming.
The GID has implemented stringent measures in the passport application process to ensure that the Gambia is represented positively by its citizens, while preventing any possibility of passport forgery. PRO Low explained the multi-step process designed to uphold the integrity of the Gambia's passport system.
So the first stage is applicants will have to go and make a payment to EcoBank. They pay an amount of $3,060 has to be paid. And then once that payment is done, they'll be issued with a receipt and a passport form. That is what they will have to now fill and have it signed or authenticated by the Justice of Peace we have at the passport office. And then now they will submit it for verification. So once it is submitted now, it will be verified by the officers, and then they will now look at a scheduled date for them to go for their interview. So from the interview stage, what we have is the enrollment stage, where we take their picture, take their biometrics and everything. Then from there now it goes for verification, approval, and then we have the production.
A key distinction in the current passport offerings is between the Gambian biometric passport and the machine-readable passport. While all Gambians are entitled to choose either of the two, PRO Low explained the difference between the two.
Passport. The difference is biometric deals with your fingerprint, your facial expression, everything has to be taken. And for the biometric, you cannot get it if you're not in the country. You have to be there present physically to get it. But for the MRP, like let's say for instance, Gambians who are in abroad, their passports have expired and then able to come back to get their passports, we can process it for them. Because with that, you just have to submit your passport size photo, your details, and we work on the system.
The provision of an ID card is a crucial part of the passport application process. However, the printing of ID cards was halted after the government of the Gambia ended its contract with the previous provider of the service. PRO Low explained the steps the public can take in the meantime, as the country works towards resuming ID card production.
Now, what we do is, the fact that we are not printing the ID cards, we give out applicants what we call as the printout of the ID cards. It contains their entire biodata with the ID card number, and that is what they will use now to apply for the passport.
The GID urges the public to cooperate with the implemented strategies and adhere to their scheduled appointments. With a collective effort from both the department and applicants, a secure and efficient passport application process will be ensured. Mamna Buka, reporting for QTV News.
On Wednesday, at the Ministry of Information hosted monthly press conference, the Managing Director of the Gambia Ports Authority discussed key developments and issues concerning the ports. Loli M. Kamara reports.
The purpose of the monthly conference is to keep the public updated on the state of affairs in various government ministries, departments and agencies. In his presentation, MD Jobate began by explaining the need for capacity improvements at the Port of Banjul, highlighting the growing congestion and logistical challenges as key factors driving the urgency for enhancement.
Government has taken a decision and the GPA has entered into a concession contract with an investor from the Islamic Republic of Turkey to modernize the Port of Banjul and construct a new deep sea port in Sanyang village in the south coast of the Gambia. Now, this is with a view to enhancing efficiency at the port and ensure that the Port of Banjul remains relevant in an ever-increasingly competitive port environment.
The GPA MD acknowledged that While the port has served the country effectively for decades, substantial upgrades are now essential to stay competitive in the region and to accommodate larger vessels and increased cargo volumes. He then presented the port's master plan, detailing how the country would benefit from the recently signed agreement.
The African Development Bank, also in their support in doing the climate risk assessment, provided $20 million grant support in December 2022 to prepare activities that would add value to the main project, because they advise that it's good to expand the port infrastructure in Banjul, but there are ancillary activities which will go to add value, things like the ferry services. So the $20 million grant that was given by ADB goes to finance the acquisition of one new green ferry, and the second ferry is a government decision that the GPA has to pay for. So we are going for 2 ferries, and 4 other components were also financed under this grant support.
Regarding the shipyard, the port MD shared the following insights.
Because the only functioning shipyard we have along this west coast is the one in Angola. There's a private facility in Mauritania, in Nouadhibou, which is owned by private operators just to service their ships. So now this is a very vital business for us, and is a very viable business, shipyard. So the investor has looked at the numbers and they've realized that it is worthy to invest. And the opportunity to create more jobs for skillful young Gambians to go into machining, carpentry, joinery, and a lot of jobs can be created in the shipyard.
During the event, questions were raised regarding the Gambia-Spain agreement and the upcoming presidential Meet the People tour, to which Dr. Ismaila Cisse, the Minister of Information, provided clarification.
As a responsible government, we really need to be extremely careful how we handle these things. They can be very, very sensitive. And we want to ensure a clear and transparent process so that both Spain and Gambia will be happy at the end of the day. So it is government's view that the Spain one has garnered more interest, and therefore government has to really take charge of that. So when it comes to the Meet the People tour, this is a constitutional requirement that the president should go around and meet the people, to discuss with them, to engage with them, to know exactly, particular time of the year, to engage farmers as to how they are doing with the rainy season, the support they need, but not only, but citizens at large.
The Ministry of Information's press conference series has established itself as a key platform for government officials to share policy updates and developmental initiatives with the public. For QTV News, Loli M. Kamara.
That story by Loli M. Kamara will take us to a commercial break, but when we return, we have more local and sports news stories for you. Do stay tuned.
Looking for internet for your free videos, pictures, chats, work and school projects? Think Free Night Browsing. QCell's Free Night Browsing lets you browse the internet for free. Oh yeah. Get a data SIM, recharge a minimum of $500 and enjoy free browsing after 24 hours from midnight to 6 a.m. every night for 30 days. QCell, Sunubus. We innovate, others follow.
Introducing the QSmart and QSmart Plus, where innovation meets affordability. Capture life's precious moments with stunning clarity thanks to our high-resolution cameras. Enjoy uninterrupted performance with a fast processor and a long-lasting battery that keeps up with your day. The QSmart offers a 5.9-inch immersive display, powerful performance, and an all-day battery life, all for just $3,400. Plus get an incredible bundle of 15 gigabytes of data, 120 minutes of talk time, and 300 SMS absolutely free. Upgrade to the QSmart Plus, featuring a faster processor, an extended battery life, and a larger 6.5-inch screen for just $4,000. With it, you receive a massive 30 gigabytes of data, 300 SMS, and 120 minutes of talk time completely free. All bundles are spread across a 3-month period. Don't miss out. Get your QSmart or QSmart Plus from QCell today. Discover the best in quality and value right here in the Gambia. Available at all QCell customer care centers across the country. For more information, call 111. QCell Senior Boss. We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV News and I am Asma Uba. The Gambia Revenue Authority is organizing its third tax seminar for 40 members of the Gambia Women's Chamber of Commerce to discuss taxation, compliance and business regulation. Alusise has more.
This two-day seminar is aimed at enhancing women's understanding of tax policies and how to meet regulatory requirements, providing them with insights to improve their businesses. Beatrice Mboch, the Chief Executive Officer, Gambia Women's Chamber of Commerce, GWCC, is grateful to the management and board of GRA for the collaboration over the years. She explained they measure the impact of such training through follow-ups with participants. She says their members are also required to present a tax clearance certificate to benefit from loans and grants facilitated by the GWCC.
The reason you are here today is not just to come for training, no. It's for you to have information that you would use to change the way you do business as from today. Because if you are not compliant with these requirements, it's just going to hurt you. You will be revolving around the same area that you've been operating for many years, and you will not be able to advance. So formalization is the key word. And that's what Gambia government also wants to see happen with entrepreneurs, particularly the young and upcoming ones.
This initiative by the Gambia Revenue Authority highlights its commitment to supporting women's entrepreneurship and strengthening the business environment for women-led enterprises. Isa Jallo, the Gambia's Deputy Commissioner General, says the GRA is always ready to engage and discuss with partners and the general public its mandate, tax system in the country, and ongoing reforms aimed at enhancing revenue collection.
The GRA's engagements with GWCC will be a continuous process, I can assure you that, as it strives to transform and automate the revenue collection processes to enhance efficiency and boost revenue collection. The authority launched the Automated Customs Data Asikuda Wall in June 2022. Since its implementation, the system has significantly increased the authority's monthly revenue collection and made the payment of the international trade obligations easier and faster. Currently, the authority is in the process of replacing the current system, GAMTaxNet, that is used for the domestic tax operations, with a more robust tax integrated tax administration system, that is an ITAS, earmarked to facilitate online payments and filing of tax returns and significantly reduce the burden on taxpayers in the process of paying their taxes.
Alaji Kembai, the Commissioner for Customs and Excise, also urged Gambians to support the work of GRA for development and progress. He encouraged participants to make best use of the knowledge gained from the training. The Gambia is a tax-based economy, with the Gambia Revenue Authority legally tasked with collecting revenue to support national development. The authority has received praise for consistently meeting its mandate with annual increase in revenue collection. The Gambia Women's Chamber of Commerce is an NGO and a non-political member-driven organization that facilitates business development and trade for Gambian women. Reporting for QTV News, I am Alusise.
Catholic Relief Services CRS, the Gambia, donated laboratory equipment to the National Food Laboratory Service on Tuesday. This donation is to help combat micronutrient deficiencies in the Gambia by enhancing the National Food Laboratory Services capacity to monitor and improve the national quality food product in the Gambia. Yafatugay has the details.
Micronutrient deficiencies continue to be a major contributor to preventable health problems globally, impacting millions, especially in low and middle-income countries. This donation will help strengthen public health efforts led by the FSQA to implement comprehensive testing and quality assurance of food and drug products. This initiative would enhance consumer safety and build greater trust in locally available products. Mahmoud Ba, the Director General of Food Safety and Quality Authority (FSQA), says this donation will help strengthen regulatory frameworks designed to improve food safety and quality management in the Gambia.
Our strives are to maintain safety in food, but at the same time, the quality of the food. And that means the nutritional value and other aspects of the food that we produce from production to consumption. So meaning it crosses the entire food value chain.
Dr. Amulai Toure, the country representative of CRS, expressed his organization's willingness to collaborate with the government on implementations of future initiatives aimed at enhancing public health and safety.
CRS is just stepping in to complement and supplement what you are doing. And I hope that this partnership will continue from strength to strength. And we look forward to more collaboration, not only in this phase, but in any subsequent project related to food security, micronutrient deficiency, and addressing the challenges that are common challenges that are faced within the region.
Beatrice Ajatan Kabori, the technical advisor of the Catholic Relief Services, The Gambia.
We are in the second phase of this regional initiative that includes all of the 15 ECOWAS countries, and this is being implemented through a collaboration with WAHO, ECOWAS, and also GIZ. And the overall objective of this second phase of this regional initiative is to really expand and improve the food fortification in our region to sustainably contribute to the reduction of the micronutrient deficiency, which is mineral and vitamin deficiency in women, children, and also the most vulnerable population.
Malang N. Fofana, the executive director of the National Nutrition Agency, emphasized the significance of this donation, saying it will play a crucial role in achieving their goal of ensuring food safety assurance in the country.
As a strategy, if we are able to fortify those staple foods that are highly consumed in the country, it will be a win-win for us, knowing the way food is processed in this country.
TRS maintained a long-standing presence in the Gambia, with its current programs focusing on health, including HIV and AIDS, malaria, emergency response and recovery, as well as agricultural development. Reporting for QTV News, I am Yafatu Gay.
Coming up next is sports news. The Scorpions of the Gambia are preparing for two important qualification matches in the Total Energies CAF African Cup of Nations, Morocco 2025. Our sports reporter Amadou Tamba has been following the team and some of the other crucial matches, and this is his report.
Friday is a huge day in Gambian football as the Scorpions face a must-win game against Comoros to stand a chance of qualifying to the AFCON for the third consecutive time. After unveiling his squad last Thursday, the Scorpions coach Jonathan McKinstry had a full house in Morocco with all the 24 players training together on the fourth day. Speaking to the GFF media in Casablanca, Coach McKinstry was satisfied with what he saw on the fourth day in training.
There's a liveliness, there's that laughter and joking amongst the group, which is good, but you can also see the seriousness, the steeliness in their eyes, that they know what has to be done on Friday and they're ready to go and do it.
New players to the squad, like Baboucarr Njie, Alassana Jatta and Abubakar Barry, trained for the first time ever with the national team. And the coach was impressed with what he saw.
First of all, the three guys, Babu and Njie, Abubakar Barry and Alassana Jatta, we really welcome them. The nice thing is, again, all players who, it's not like they're coming in and everyone in the group is strangers. There's guys they grew up with in the squad. They know family relationships. They know they maybe went to the same school when they were kids. They come from the same communities. So there's already pre-existing relationships there, which means they feel at home.
The Scorpions will host Comoros on Friday evening in Berkane. In other groups, in Group C on Friday, if Cape Verde fail to pick up points against already qualified Egypt, Botswana will secure qualification with a win against Mauritania, who sit bottom of the group. In Group D, the Super Eagles of Nigeria need 2 points from their remaining 2 games, away to Benin and at home to Rwanda. Benin and Rwanda are both in contention for qualification. Group F is on the verge of producing the biggest upset in this year's qualifiers, as 2010 World Cup quarterfinalists and 4-time African champions Ghana are on the verge of missing out. The Black Stars only managed 2 points from a possible 12 and now have to win their remaining 2 games against Niger and Angola and hope Sudan lose their games against the same opposition. Group G looks tricky as reigning champions Côte d'Ivoire, 2012 champions Zambia and Sierra Leone all stand a chance of grabbing any of the 2 spots in the group. Zambia will face Cote d'Ivoire after knowing the results of Chad against Sierra Leone. In Group I, Mozambique and Mali, who are coached by former Scorpions coach Tom Sanfeit, are level on 8 points, 4 ahead of Guinea-Bissau, as Eswatini with 1 point are already out of the equation. Guinea-Bissau host Mozambique and Mali host Eswatini in Match Day 5, and wins for the top 2 will secure their qualification. So far, Morocco as host, Algeria, Angola, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, DR Congo, Egypt, and Senegal have already qualified to the 35th edition of Africa's biggest football competition, and the remaining countries involved will try to navigate their way through to the tournament in Morocco, which is set to run from the 21st of December 2025 to January 18, 2026 across 6 cities. For QTV News, Amadou Tamba.
Well, best of luck to the Scorpions. I'm afraid that's all we have for you, but before we go, a recap of our main news headlines. Ahead of the President's Meet the People tour scheduled to begin on Monday, November 18th, Ami Bojang Sisoho, the Director of Press and Public Relations at the Office of the President, provided an update to the public regarding the tour details. Following a press release from the Gambia Immigration Department regarding a surge in passport applications, the department's public relations officer addressed the measures being implemented to ensure effective service delivery to the public. On Wednesday, at the Ministry of Information hosted monthly press conference, the Managing Director of the Gambia Ports Authority discussed key developments and issues concerning the ports. The Gambia Revenue Authority is organizing its 3rd tax seminar for 40 members of the Gambia Women's Chamber of Commerce. And in sports news, the Scorpions of the Gambia are preparing for 2 important qualification matches in the Total Energies CAF African Cup of Nations, Morocco 2025. Well, I'm afraid that's all we have for you in this news bulletin. Join us again at 10 p.m. for more news. Thanks for watching.